Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here and welcome back to an all new Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War video. Today we have a bunch of new leaks and rumours regarding Season 5 that is currently scheduled to release on August the 11th / the 12th, depending on which time zone you are in, according to the Season 4 Battle Pass end date. So the first rumour that we have is coming from the Cheeseburger Boys over on Twitter, and according to them, within the files of the game, the code name, the internal names for Season 5's operators are Kingsley, Kitsune, and Surge. Now these are just code names, so they won't be the actual names of the operators, but it might give us an idea of what they could be based off of. So apparently the names' origins are inspired off of Japanese folklore, so maybe Season 5 could have some sort of Japanese theme, or maybe the names are completely unrelated to Japanese folklore and they have some other meaning instead. In fact, Call of Duty Hope did tweet this wolf mask over on Twitter, and everyone is joking that the Season 5 operator is going to be a furry, but I wouldn't be surprised if the main Season 5 operator does in fact have a mask again, just like all of the other previous members of Perseus that we've seen introduced as operators. Now we actually have the first confirmed multiplayer map, or practically confirmed multiplayer map, that we will be seeing in Season 5 that I will go over in a little second. But first of all, with the upcoming release of the return to Call of Duty Mobile Zombies, there's another awesome mobile game called Dragon Champions that you can check out whilst you are waiting, and they have kindly sponsored this video. Dragon Champions is the perfect game for you to play in between the stresses of life. It's a free-to-play turn-based fantasy RPG that features a deep and engaging multi-stage storyline filled with humor, Easter eggs, and tons of pop culture references. There are a variety of tactical battles from PvP, PvE, and more. In Dragon Champions, you can join guilds, chat with other players, and combine efforts to win raids, participate in raids, and attack the most powerful beasts of Corridor and defeat the Elder Dragons. There are many heroes and races to choose from, each with different rarity levels that will join you in the ultimate adventure. Developers always stay in touch with the player base, listen to their feedback, and regularly implement their ideas into the game. They hold polls in their Discord server where players can decide what kind of additions they would like to see. The game is constantly updated and evolving. Developers not only add new heroes, but also improve old characters and levels so players do not get bored. There are no obligatory microtransactions. The game is absolutely free to play friendly. You can complete all story levels and unlock every hero without paying a dime. There are no intrusive ads that will disrupt you during the games. Furthermore, there are plenty of generous prizes. You receive a lot of different loot for almost everything that you do in the game. There is plenty more to discover in the game, so if all of this sounds awesome to you, you can click the link in the description to download the game for free. The developers have kindly provided a gift for you if you use the promo code TGR2107, or you can simply scan the QR codes that you can see on screen. This will grant you with some exclusive in-game loot that is worth $10 and a brand new character called Robin Bad. You can enter the code by heading to the settings tab and clicking on use promo code. The more you use the code, the more I can provide you with extra free loot in future videos. If you decide to check out the game, come back to this video later and share your thoughts on it in the comment section down below. So bringing it back to the topic of Season 5, in terms of the first practically confirmed map that we will be seeing in Season 5, the reason why we know this map is going to be coming in Season 5 is because the Season 4 outro cutscene dialogue has leaked from the files of the game. So we will be seeing the Season 4 outro cutscene very soon. Unfortunately, we do not have the visuals for it just yet. We just have the audio, and I won't be able to show the audio in this video due to obvious copyright reasons, but I will be able to go over the transcribed dialogue. So the cutscene is regarding Wraith. They say, "This is Wraith. Jackal brought down the satellites. The Verdant test subjects are there. That clears the way for you. The job is go. I've made the drop. All the materials you need are there. Better pack warm. You are heading to Teufelsberg. Failure is not an option." So as you guys know, the outro cutscenes for seasons are basically cutscenes for the following season, as they are teasing what is going to be within the following season. They're basically like teaser trailers in a way, so even though we refer to them as the season outro cutscenes, this is basically a teaser trailer for Season 5, and this confirms the location of the Season 5 cutscene, which takes place in Teufelsberg, which is a non-natural hill in Berlin, Germany, north of Berlin's Grunwald Forest. And during the Cold War, located here was an American listening station. And as you guys know, there has been a map leaked from the files of the game ever since release, codenamed Echelon. I'm not exactly sure if this is going to be the actual name for the map when it finally releases, but it's been within the files ever since release. There's even leaked gameplay online and stuff like that, and I won't be able to show it in this video due to obvious copyright reasons, just like the cutscene dialogue. However, I will say that now that we know that the Season 4 outro is taking place in Teufelsberg in Berlin, we know that this map is taking place in the same location because it looks just like the images of this location over on Google. Specifically within the map, there are 2 satellite towers, and the majority of the map takes place on the building rooftops, so it's basically a mixture between high-rise and dome in a way. So yes, this map is taking place in Berlin, Germany. In the leaked gameplay, since it was an early build, it made it look like the location was in a desert, but I guess not. And it is interesting that this map does take place in Berlin, considering the last zombies map, Mauer der Toten, also takes place in Berlin, and the Nazi zombies escaped from the Dark Aether and completely destroyed the city. So I'm not exactly sure as to how the overarching season storyline is tying into zombies, but considering the last zombies map was in Berlin, now we are heading to Berlin in Season 5, I wonder whether there is going to be some sort of crossover storyline wise. But yes, it does seem like Perseus are heading to this American listening station, I guess to intercept transmissions, as they are still trying to do something with the Verdansk test subjects that we're not exactly sure what their end goal is just yet. Anyways, the next thing that we have is the apparent Season 5 prestige icon. Various people have been seeing this when they level up at the end of a game. This specific image is coming from Pedro Diaz over on Twitter. The next thing that I want to mention is regarding other maps that we might be seeing in multiplayer within Season 5. So there was a rumor a while back coming from the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost on Twitter. Like with all leaks and rumors, we need to take this with a grain of salt, but he said that Yemen and or Plaza should be coming for Season 5. So I guess maybe one of these is going to be in Season 5 and the other in Season 6. Of course, the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost has been pretty much bang on with some of the other remasters that he's listed to come to Cold War, but he has also been a little bit off as well. So I wonder whether we will indeed see these maps, but just like the other remasters in Cold War, I'm guessing they're going to be pretty much identical versions to their Black Ops 2 counterparts, with some very minor changes, but graphically wise and aesthetically, they're probably going to be the same. Call of Duty Hope also said on Twitter a while ago, I have heard / seen Slums and Plaza, which are both remasters coming in either Season 5 or Season 6. So this is slightly different to what the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost said. And if you guys are unaware, Slums is actually coming to Call of Duty Mobile within Season 6, which is called The Heat and is scheduled to release on July 29th at 5 PM Pacific time, which is 8 PM Eastern time, which is 1 AM UK time on the 30th of July. So it would be interesting to see it released to COD Mobile and also Black Ops Cold War around the same time. But yeah, this is just a rumor. We have no confirmed information from Activision or Treyarch just yet. But Season 6 for Call of Duty Mobile is going to be seeing the return of the Zombies mode, specifically a new limited time Zombies mode called Undead Siege, which is basically some sort of tower defense mode where you have to scavenge your base by day and evade the undead by night. It seems like there's going to be vehicles and all kinds of crazy objectives. It's kind of similar to Outbreak in a way, considering it does take place on the Battle Royale map for COD Mobile called Isolated, and we are going to be seeing the return of Primus. And this is a limited time mode, but Call of Duty Mobile said that if it is successful, they will keep it permanently, so I really hope it is. But Call of Duty Hope went on to say, going off of the fact that they have 1 original and 2 remasters, it is possible that Summit, Firing Range, and or Jungle come too, but I personally haven't heard anything on them, and I wouldn't expect them on this point. So this is referencing some old leaks from Tom Henderson. Basically posted a bunch of different remasters that he said will be coming to the game, and the majority of them haven't, so I'm not exactly sure what is going on there, and that is why I always say to take all leaks and rumors with a grain of salt, because you never know exactly what is going to end up releasing. Another thing that I want to mention is that the Modern Warfare 2 Ghost did mention a while ago that a remake of Castle might be coming to Cold War at some point. He has kind of backtracked now and said that it might be coming to Vanguard instead, so we're just going to have to wait and see. There's lots of rumors floating around here, and that is the problem with these leaks and rumors. rumors. Nothing is ever 100% bang on, and that's why you always need to take them with a grain of salt. But if we look at the Euro Mountains map, we still have a bunch of locations left to release within Fireteam. So we have the mines, we have the chemical labs, which is definitely going to be a very interesting map considering the fact that there's all of this chemical waste spilled on the ground. We also have a battery, and finally we have a weather station that also features a remake of Summit within it. So obviously, as you guys know, the Euro Mountains map has been cancelled. It was apparently going to be part of some sort of Blackout 2, but then Warzone ended up taking priority. So they've been releasing segments from this map as their own multiplayer and Outbreak maps. But considering the fact that Summit is literally done within the weather station section, it makes no sense to me as to why we are not seeing it within multiplayer. If it doesn't release to multiplayer at all within this game, they're basically just wasting content that is already done. I do understand that we did see Summit in Black Ops 4, but honestly, if the content is already done in the game, why not just corner off this section from the Euro Mountains and release it as its own map? I just don't really see why not. But yeah, as you guys know, some of these locations might end up only being Outbreak maps and they might not release to Fireteam, even though I'm sure they were at one point in time supposed to release in both. I think they are releasing some to just Outbreak because of the fact that people were complaining that Outbreak is using reused Fireteam maps, even though the Euro Mountains map is designed for both Outbreak, Fireteam, and, well, initially some sort of Blackout 2, but it never ended up releasing. And with Season 4, we saw the introduction of Zoo to Outbreak that is exclusive to Outbreak and will never release to Fireteam, even though it does look like a really good map for Fireteam. But yeah, we still have a lot of Euro Mountains maps left to release, a lot of locations, so I don't really know how they're going to cram them in, considering we only have 2 seasons left. Especially for Outbreak, I wonder whether some of these are going to just continue to release when Call of Duty Vanguard is out throughout 2022, and it might just be consistently updated even next year, considering Outbreak is a constantly evolving thing. But speaking of Outbreak, I am expecting us to potentially see a new main quest Easter egg on Outbreak with Season 5, and the reason for this is because Outbreak has been described as being the connective tissue between the standard survival round-based maps, and I don't think we're going to see the next and potentially final round-based map for a little while, DLC 4, until potentially late September or maybe even August, and in my own personal opinion, I don't think we're going to see DLC 4 until Season 6. So maybe to bridge the gap in between then, we might see a new Outbreak quest. I'm seeing a lot of people hating on Outbreak. Just chill the hell out. You don't need to play Outbreak if you don't like it, just wait until the next round-based map, but at the end of the day, why would you even complain? It's extra content. I am just speculating here that there will be another quest. This isn't even confirmed information. It just seems really likely to me, considering the fact that we know that Ravenov is still within the Euro Mountains, and he's likely bad, and is probably going to betray us. And I'm sure with Season 5, we're going to be seeing a lot of new intel added to zombies that might tease the DLC 4 map location, because right now, we have literally no details on where we are heading within DLC 4. All we have are leaks and rumors from before the game release saying that it's apparently codenamed The Giant, and people are speculating that we might be heading within the Dark Aether, within the final map to defeat the One, and maybe that is why the map is codenamed The Giant. Or maybe we are going to be heading to some sort of underwater Atlantis style map, considering the fact that we sent these Dark Aether missiles into the Pacific Ocean within the Operation Inversion Easter egg in Outbreak. But yeah, maybe the new intel or potentially another quest coming to Outbreak in Season 5 could potentially give us more information on who the director is. I personally think he is Eddie, and I've already posted a whole speculation video talking about that, which I will have linked down in this video's description. And I feel like they're going to save the director reveal so we actually know who he is within DLC 4, but maybe they're going to reveal it even sooner. I do think that within Season 5, we're probably going to see the Cerberus wonder weapon from Toten added into Outbreak. I wonder if it's going to have its own quest to obtain it, or whether you're just going to have to get lucky and get it from loot or the mystery box or the trials. They might even add the Disciple boss from Toten to Outbreak. But yeah, in terms of the final Cold War Zombies map, we don't really have much information about where we will be heading, as I said. All that we know is that there is the Forsaken One who managed to defeat all of the other Elder Gods within the Dark Aether, and he's been constantly manipulating our characters, and Kravchenko and or the director of Requiem is likely being tricked into trying to capture it as opposed to killing it, and that could be our downfall. But the big storyline regarding DLC 4 is probably regarding Operation Janus. That is this secret project that the director is up to, and we don't know much about it, but Janus was the god of beginnings and transitions in Roman mythology, and presided over passages, doors, gateways, endings, as well as transition periods. So it does seem like Operation Janus probably has something to do with the Dark Aether portal. We do know that Samantha Maxis has the ability to open up Dark Aether portals thanks to her ethereal powers, but within Mauda Toten's ending cutscene, the director's computer screen lists Samantha Maxis as a new threat, and the fact that she is dangerous. I do think that there is a big possibility that Janus might have something to do with opening a portal into the Dark Aether within DLC 4, so that we are able to defeat or capture the Accursed One to harness its powers, but who knows, to be honest. It does also seem like Zykov is another fake and a trap by the Forsaken One, just like Dr. Vogel was, just a complete trap for Valentina, posing as her father. So it just seems like everyone, literally everyone in the Cold War Zombie storyline is sketchy. But yeah, in terms of Season 5, we have 2 perks left to release for zombies. As you guys know, when the game released, data miners hopped into the files of the game and found 4 unreleased Dark Aether jingles. 2 of those have already released, which are Mule Kick as well as Tombstone, but we have a PhD Flopper as well as Double Tap left to release. Now, we're not exactly sure which one is going to be next, or maybe both perks are going to be releasing with DLC 4 and we won't be seeing a new one in Season 5, and they're just both going to release at once in DLC 4, but I hope not. I hope that we see one in Season 5, one in Season 6, so that it is a bit spaced out. But if one is going to be releasing in Season 5 and we don't see a new map in Season 5, potentially one of them might just be releasing as a perk within the Wonder Fizz machine, and it might not have a standalone machine. But yeah, in terms of PhD Flopper, a lot of people have been saying that it might be PhD Slider from Black Ops 4 Zombies, where it creates an explosive effect when you slide. However, the data mined Dark Aether jingle is the original PhD Flopper song that talks about diving to prone, etc.
When you dive to prone, it's gonna shake you to the bone. All the zombies gonna groan cause of PhD. Feel it growing strong.
So it does seem like if PhD Flopper is introduced into this game, they might be bringing back the dolphin dive. Maybe if you hold prone whilst you are sprinting, you will slide, but if you double tap it whilst you are sprinting, you will dolphin dive. I'm not exactly sure, but I feel like they might be introducing dolphin diving back to the game, but allow you to slide and or dolphin dive. Of course, upgraded Stamina Up already gives you no fall damage, so I do wonder what the other effects of PhD Flopper are going to do when it is introduced to the game. The next perk that we will be seeing at some point is Double Tap, and yeah, a lot of people are thinking this might be the final perk to be introduced with DLC 4, considering the fact that it's probably going to be really overpowered. Now, we're not exactly sure how they're going to introduce this perk, because the previous Double Tap 2.0 was very overpowered since it doubled your damage as well as doubled your fire rate. So maybe this time it'll just increase your fire rate, but by upgrading the different skill tiers, it will give you a 10% increase to damage and then a 25% increase to damage, but not double your damage, because that is really overpowered, obviously, and they would have to completely rebalance the game if that was the case. So we're really going to have to wait and see which one gets introduced next. Let me know in the comment section down below, which do you think is next, or do you think they will both just release at once? And regarding PhD Flopper, there was a suggestion by Daily PhD Flopper on Twitter. He said, here's the best way to incorporate Flopper with a slide mechanic. Make it so that when you jump before falling from an elevated height, you would just automatically get put into prone stance mid-air, and then create the explosion when you land on the ground. Everybody wins. Let me know in the comment section down below, do you think they're going to bring back dolphin diving, or do you think that PhD Flopper is just going to be PhD Slider, which wouldn't really make much sense considering the jingle is still the original PhD Flopper jingle, unless, like I was saying, maybe it's just going to be within the Wonder Fizz machine, so it doesn't even have a jingle. In Season 5, we could even see tiers 6 and 7 coming to the game, because Trek did tease that there is more to come in the future. If they do introduce more tiers, we are going to be so overpowered though, although even with the last skill tiers, I feel like after they introduced them, they really balanced the game well to suit the tier upgrades. So I think even if they add more tier upgrades in the future, they will be balanced, as they will cater towards the gameplay, and they will adjust the gameplay accordingly to fit the tiers. The next thing that I want to mention is, even though we have more Euro Mountains maps left to release in Outbreak, data miners have posted that they are able to boot up the Combined Arms maps within Outbreak. So we might be seeing the Combined Arms maps introduced into Outbreak. Of course, we can already play some of them within Onslaught, but the Strike versions of them. So we're just going to have to wait and see if the data miners are correct. They have posted a leaked gameplay of it that I won't be able to show in the video, but we might be seeing the Combined Arms maps coming into Outbreak, and if there is another Outbreak quest to tease DLC 4, then maybe that is why the Combined Arms maps might be introduced, because that would expand the storyline a lot, because if the Combined Arms maps are coming to Outbreak, that means the walls between the Dark Aether and the regular world world are weakening and the incursion zone is spreading a lot more, and they're cropping up in more locations around the world if it's not just in the Ura Mountains, which is the largest Dark Aether incursion zone. And if that is the case, that the walls between the world and the Dark Aether are weakening, it kind of does suggest that we might be actually heading into the Dark Aether within DLC 4, and that could have something to do with Operation Janus or whatever. By the way, recently the zombies mastery camos such as Dark Aether have been getting data mined inside of Warzone, so I think they are going to be coming to Warzone pretty soon. We have been waiting for them forever, so I think either it's probably going to be coming within Season 5, or maybe some sort of surprise at the end of Season 4, but more than likely Season 5. And speaking of Warzone and Modern Warfare, we do still have the CX-9, SMG, and the RAAL LMG, as well as the Soap Operator bundle left to release, and we will see some of that content in Season 5 and 6. They are really spreading it out. Or once again, we could see some randomly introduced sometime during the end of Season 4. The last thing I want to mention is the Vanguard reveal is going to be very soon, probably within the first half of August, so probably at the end of Season 4, if not near the beginning of Season 5. And there's been a lot of leaks regarding this live event in Warzone recently, but I'm sure whatever happens, whether it is at the end of Season 4 or it's in Season 5, it's going to affect Season 5. But there has been some leaks regarding this live event that's going to be revealing Vanguard recently. I don't really want to talk about that within this video. I'm going to save that for a completely separate video. I just wanted to focus on Cold War today. Anyways, just a quick reminder, this video has been kindly sponsored by Dragon Champions that you can check out to get your exclusive rewards using the link in this video's description. Anyways, thank you for watching the video, and make sure to subscribe if you're not here for latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.